Hi, this is Kevin Tomlinson with Draft2Digital, and this is D2D Answers. And today we're going to talk about one of the most asked questions we get. Will Draft2Digital help with our marketing? And the answer is sort of. We have some really cool tools that can actually help you market your own work. We don't do any marketing for you directly, but we've got a nice little selection of tools that can help make your marketing easier. Of those, we're going to talk about today new release notifications, which are a very cool tool for letting readers know when you've got a new book out. We're going to talk about also buy pages, which are something you can include in every copy of your book, every version of your book, and every book that you publish to let readers know other books and other works that are out by you. And we're also going to talk about one of my favorite tools, Universal Book Links, or UBLs. And these are some very cool links that will let readers click directly to your book on whatever storefront they prefer. So stick around. We're going to go into each of these in a little bit of detail, and I hope you get a lot out of this one. I know you'll get a lot out of this one. Thanks for sticking around. Okay, so marketing and promotion are ultimately up to you as the rights holder. However, Draft2Digital offers complementary measures far beyond what other services will provide you, such as tools to help with book promotion, reader discoverability, that sort of thing. So we're going to take a look at one of those tools right now. It's called the new release notification. And this is not, let's start with what this is not. This is not a sign up to get on your mailing list. And we've been asked that question quite a bit. So we're going to clarify here what this is. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to log in to our account. You'll click on login. And if you've already logged in previously, you can click submit. Just enter your email address and password at that screen. Now, from this page, you'll go to My Account. And then we're going to take a look at Advanced User Options. Now, this screen has a whole bunch of useful stuff. You're going to want to pay real close attention to this. There's a lot of cool tools here you may or may not know about. Go ahead and scan through this anytime you want. But down here at the bottom is the tool that we're going to take a look at. This is our new release notification. Right here you can see it says, I would like for books2read.com to send new release notifications on my behalf. Books2read.com is Draft2Digital's, we'll call it a sister site. It's aimed at readers more than authors, so that's our way of boosting discoverability for you as an author to your readership. And if you click this box, you check this box, what'll happen is in each of your books, you'll have the option of including a page that will let your readers sign up for new release notifications, meaning that every time you release a new book, it will actually send them an email to say, so-and-so has a new book out, and it'll give them a link, which is one of our universal book links, which we'll talk about in a moment, and then the reader can click on that link and go check out your new work. So you can actually read, there's a little box here. Unchecking this box stops Books2Read from sending any new release notification emails. It does not remove the new release notification sign-up page from any published books. So if you want to remove that, you can go and do that by book, basically, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But you'll click that box and you'll hit save. Now let's go take a look at the books. In my books, now we have the Lorem Ipsum Conspiracy, a thrilling read for those who love Latin, dead languages, that sort of thing. You'll click on this book, and once the page loads, you can go in. Now you've got a lot of options here. We're going to go down to Edit Book, and this is where we would normally upload our book file, our the title, that sort of thing. We're going to go ahead. We've got our details are already in place. We're going to save and continue. Alternatively, we can also click on the next step in the guide up here. On this page, you can see that we have several options for things that would be automatically included in our book. This is what we call our automated in matter. And one of those is the new release notifications that you can include. Now you can check and uncheck that from here. And you can read this box, I'll read it for you. Draft2Digital can generate a page at the end of your book inviting readers to sign up for email notifications when you publish any new books. So that's what we discussed earlier. If you've got books that included this and you decide you no longer want to include that, you would come into each book and uncheck this box. And then it will, once you republish the book, it will no longer include new release notifications. We're going to leave that on now because we want readers to sign up to know when we release a new book. And then I would hit save and continue, and we'd go through the rest of the publishing process. And that is new release notifications in a nutshell. They're very useful for encouraging readers to interact with you, to continue to follow you as you continue to produce your work. So it's a great tool to have in your toolbox. You may want to continue to use that. If you don't already use it, you may want to give it a try. And it does help with discoverability, because as readers who enjoyed your work, as time goes by and you release a new book, they get an email. So there you go. That is new release notifications. Next up, we're going to take a look at another cool tool that we think you're going to like. Okay, this tool is one that you may already be familiar with if you've been publishing with us at all, but it's called our Also By page. Now, this is where readers will encounter more of your work. So every time you publish your book, you can include this Also By page, and it will include all the books that you've already published with Draft2Digital through our service, and it can be automatically updated on your behalf. So first, let's take a look at where you would actually include this. So we're on the we've logged in. We're on the My Books page, and we're going to go ahead and click on our title. This time we're going to go up here to there's a little drop down here. The step we're looking for is the edit layout step. So once we click on that, we go straight to layout, which is very handy. Here is the Also By page. Now, if you hover over this, it says, if you've published other books through Draft2Digital, we can generate a list to recommend those books to your readers. You can place this list at the beginning of your book, after the copyright page, at the end of your book, or both. Now, I personally like putting it in both the beginning and the end. It means that when people check out the book, first of all, through some platforms such as Amazon's Kindle, it actually skips all this stuff and goes straight to the meat of the book when the reader gets their hands on it. If they start the book over in their reader, or if they decide to skip back and take a look at copyright or something like that, they'll be able to see the books that are also by you. But I like having it in both the beginning and the end, because once they get to the end of the book, they can see more works by you. And if they just finished reading an entire book by you, they're probably pretty happy with you, and they may decide to go ahead and check out more of your work. So you can include the Also Bys by clicking this box. Now you see, now let's start with it off. Once you click it on, now you get your choice of where to put it, beginning, end, or both. And we said we'll do both. And once we have that, we hit save and continue, and it's going to take us on to the publishing step. And what's great about this is you can actually have Draft2Digital update this information on your behalf for each of your books every time your book is published. And the way you would do that is we're going to go up here to My Account. You can do this at any time, but if you take a look at the advanced user options, you can scroll down here, and we have Automated In Matter. By clicking on this box, and we'll read what the popover says. Your in matter, including your Also By pages, is updated by pen name. We won't mix the titles for your author names or generate new book files to mess with. Only the D2D generated in matter will be updated for your books and by each of your pen names. So when you click this box, you're actually giving us permission to update all of your books on your behalf each time you upload a new book. So you never have to worry about whether or not the books you published earlier are going to have the same Also By pages and other in matter content. It's all going to be updated for you every time you upload and publish a new book. So and you can turn that off if you don't feel comfortable with that. For authors who have multiple pen names, we don't mix and match. There's not going to be any crossover. You don't ever have to worry about, if you write in two different genres and you don't like for those two genres to mix, you won't ever have to worry about books from your other genre showing up in each other. It's completely isolated. So that's part of our automated in matter. That is our Also By pages. Next up, we're going to take a look at something very cool, our universal book links. Okay, this happens to be one of my favorite tools, my favorite draft to digital tools, and it's near and dear to my heart because it launched basically the same month that I started working with draft to digital. So this is you're looking right now at books2read.com. This is our sister site. This is aimed more at readers than at authors. This is our author discoverability site, and we're beefing this up as we go. But one of the first tools, and one of the best tools so far, is our universal book links. Now, you do not have to have an account with Draft to Digital or Books to Read in order to use this tool. You can actually paste a link to your book into this field and hit Make My Universal Link, and it will create a link for you. And that link is something that you can use anywhere. It's an evergreen link that allows readers to click on one link to go to everywhere your book is sold online. So you can use that in print because it never goes out of date. You can always have it updated. You can use it in your social media. You can use it in advertising, digital advertising, anywhere you like. Put it on business cards. It doesn't matter. Now, in order to be able to update it, and in order to gain some other advantages, you're probably going to want to have an account. If you're a draft to digital author already, you already have an account. If you're not, you can sign up for an account here. You can just go to author sign up, and that'll allow you to enter your information and create an account. For now, I already have an account, so I'm going to click on universal links. And here, I'm going to scroll down to the login, and my credentials are already there, so I'm going to hit log me in. Okay, now this is my dashboard, and you can see I've created some links to a few books here, a couple of really interesting thrillers, and so these will list the stores in which they appear. You can see here the 1 hour content plan is has Amazon as its only storefront. What we're going to do is we're going to grab another book. Here's one on Barnes & Noble. So we'll go up here and we'll grab the URL. Just copy and paste it. I did a keystroke, but you can highlight it and hit copy. And you can do this with any storefront. You can go to Amazon. You can go to Google Play, Apple's iBooks or Books, whatever they're going to call it now. And you can grab that link and come here and you paste it into this box. And you hit Make My Universal Link. Now, this is the cool part. As it starts to scan, it's going to actually go through all the different storefronts where this book is sold. And it'll populate this little area here. So you can see we provided this link, so it's already showing up as being in the Barnes & Noble store. Here it just found it in Apple, Amazon, Kobo. See, we just populated the whole thing. Now it'll keep searching for that, and if you add your book to future stores, you can actually come back to this site, log in, click rescan for links, and it'll go through this process again, and it'll find the links. If you see that it's not finding that link, there's a little option here to add a store link. So if it's on a storefront that we're not scanning, you can drop it in there. Okay. Now some more advantages to being logged in is you get things like custom name your URL. And here you can type in any name you want. Let's just say I've already got a link using the words 30-day author. So how about we change this to I don't want to steal one from anybody, but I'll change this to 30-day author, and I want to be able to identify it as for ads. Okay, so we can see it, that custom link is available, and I can either save it or cancel it. Let's go ahead and, well, I'm going to cancel it for now because I may want to actually use that. So you can't use that. But if I had saved it, this link would change, and it would become this link, and I could copy it with a click and go paste it anywhere I want, use it any way I want. Now, something else you will do, another benefit you'll get if you are signed in, is the ability to add affiliate codes. And we actually will let you add affiliate codes for a number of storefronts, and here they are. So there's Amazon, Apple iBooks, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Google, and shockingly, even Smashwords. So you can add affiliate account information so that when people click on your universal links, you'll actually get that little bit of a affiliate kickback. So that's a nice little tool. And to answer the question on everyone's mind, yes, you can include these links in email, social media, and other sites. So now you've got a custom URL, you've got your affiliate links, you've got your link. Now you can use it anywhere you like. The user experience for this is, well, let's copy this link and we'll go to the page. When the user clicks on your link or types it in, they come to this page where they get the book title. This is the first step. They can choose a storefront. They can choose to click on any of these. It'll take them to the book's product page on any of these storefronts. So let's go check out Apple. And then it asks, do you want this to be your preferred store? So you can make Apple the preferred store. The reader can decide. I'm going to uncheck this for now because I don't want to default to Apple. But if the reader decides they want to make Apple their preferred store, then the next time they click on a link, it will take them directly to the product page for the book without any hesitation or stopping. Of course, Apple likes to log you in and make sure that you are in their walled garden, of course. But if we had chosen any other, let's look at another version. Let's look at, we'll go back. And let's choose Kobo. Do we want it to be our preferred store? No, I'm going to say no this time. And this will take us directly to the product page for this book on Kobo. And every time the reader clicks on any universal book link from that point forward, if they've signed up, if they've come in and they've chosen and they've selected their preferred store, it doesn't even matter if it's your book or if it's someone else's book, if it's a different link altogether from another user, they'll go directly to the product page for the store. So it's a one-click kind of deal. So there's only that one moment where there's a little bit of holdover. So that, in a nutshell, is universal book links. I think that is probably one of my favorite and coolest tools. And that wraps us up on some of the marketing stuff that Draft2Digital has set up for you. We're continuing to build new tools. Books to Read in particular is going to get a whole bunch of new tools in the future. So you're going to want to stick around and check out get on our mailing list and check out information about new releases as we develop new tools for you. And of course, all this stuff is free for you to use. So you don't even have to necessarily be a Draft2Digital author in order to use this stuff. That's our commitment to the indie publishing community, is that we want to make free tools that help you promote and make a living with your work. So that's it. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of D2D Answers, and we'll talk to you next time. Hey, thanks for tuning in. If you have questions you'd like answered, check out the FAQ at draft2digital.com/FAQ, or you can read up on our knowledge base at draft2digital.com/knowledge base. You can also follow us and talk to us on Twitter at Draft2Digital, and on Facebook, facebook.com/Draft2Digital. And of course, hop over to the Draft2Digital blog at draft2digital.com/blog, where you can get great content that's aimed at helping you build and grow your author business. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Kevin Tumlinson, and this has been your D2D Answers.